Bummer, couldn't find it. I have seen it in a little over a year ago before we moved into this house. We did see it. It's not like any of us could wear it because, you know, he was a whole lot smaller then. So was I, for that matter. So I'm not criticizing. But if I do come across it, I will put it up on a video and show a picture of that. So he's warm-blooded and everything. He wanted a sweater, and we went to the local yarn store in Maryland while I was in Maryland, and he picked this book out, right? Barocco, all men's patterns, which is pretty cool because if you're looking at trying to knit or crochet for men, you'll notice there's not a lot out there that's enjoyable. All right. So he flipped through said pattern. Okay. And I'll show you what he picked, and then what we decided on, and then the chaos that ensued. All right, so he just said, all right, fine. If you're not going to make me a sweater, how about a vest? Okay, no sleeves, no sleeve island there. There you go. Do a vest. Now, it started off as a plain vest like this, but it's like, no, wait, we want texture. Let me do the seed stitch, which is knit, purl, knit, purl. You're knitting the pearls, purling the knits. Some people don't like it because it's slower. I absolutely love the texture. I think it's absolutely beautiful. There. So I'm going to do the whole thing, seed stitch. Oh, and then how about you put those cables that are from this one on the vest? Are you noticing something here? The only thing that stayed the same on this vest pattern was it's a vest. That's it. Yarn size changed, patterns within it changed, stitch counts changed, it all changed. Okay. All right. So I'm working on this and I am just knitting my heart out. I am. I mean, I've got everything tangled here. I pull this out every year or so and look at it, breathe heavily over it, sigh, try to come up with a way to make it better. It's no. Okay, so this was the back portion. Isn't that gorgeous? This gorgeous green. This is a Barocco alpaca and just the Barocco ultra alpaca and a beautiful green heathered. Look at the stitch on that. Look at the pattern on that. Just the definition. I can get that out of the way. But isn't that gorgeous? And then here's obviously, you know, working on the arm line. There you go. And I put this down. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I love it. I love the way it feels. I absolutely love the way it looks. There's everything about this I love. And then I'm trying to figure out, remember, this is the back and it's large, right? Yeah, there you go. That'll work. I can make that work. And then I started working on one of the front pieces. And here is, look at that cable. Isn't that just the most stunning thing that you've ever seen? Man, I've got the wrong lighting, but stunning, absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with it. That's beautiful. So I had this one done and then I was working on the second piece and working on that one. And you know, in the car, right? We're driving back from Maryland to Colorado, you know, coming home, been gone for 14 months. We're coming home. I'm excited. He's excited. My whole tension and gauge changed. Look at that. I'm going to stand up a little bit. Can you see? That's not half. That's like way over there, and it's not half. And then if I put another one over here, now granted that's wasn't for me, it's for somebody bigger, right? But you know, you're going to have this big empty strip down the front. That's not going to work. And then to top it all off, this piece was not the same size as the other piece. They were all 3 different gauges. Same needles, different gauges. All right, you're thinking pull one out and everything. Which one? They're all different gauges. Which one do you pull out to try to match the others? Yeah, that's where I was at. So now you know why. I pull it out every year or so. I breathe heavily over it. I sigh. I give it that I'm not happy with you sigh. You know, if you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about. That I'm very disappointed in you. Yes. So there you go. I did have this other piece and then I pulled it out because I was going to start another sweater. He picked out another sweater. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to take a actual pattern. I know. Try to get Gage, be still my heart, oh my gosh, and work the pattern. Stop trying to do all the guesswork. Stop trying to do everything else myself. Just follow a pattern. Give somebody money to do a pattern and follow the pattern. Got it. So then I came across this gorgeous book, Viking Knits. You may have already seen it. Erin from Crafting Kitty did a review on this. Yeah, I've got quite a bit done, but yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of pretty people, right? There's a lot of eye candy, and there's some really, really nice pretty patterns in here. There really are. So I am working on the Papa sweater, right? That nice, handsome gentleman with the gray beard and everything. That one. I'm working on that one. So I decided, let me work on doing a gauge of some sort. And I had this, so I pulled out that one panel, right? That whole one panel that was just bad, you know, that got it. And started this. And I did a little bit of a gauge. I really did do a little gauge swatch, just a tiny one. Gauge swatches lie. It lied. And then I had all my stuff stuffed on a needle, right? So it's really kind of difficult to see where your numbers are, how big something is. Well, I got that full piece into it, right? That other piece I pulled out, which was a full ball of yarn, 220 yards, right? And then I took it off the needles and put it on a string to see. Do you see this? Who the heck is this for? Gauge swatches lie. This thing is huge. I don't remember how big it is. It's big. It's a lot bigger around than he is. We are not petite individuals, but this is definitely no. All right, so this right here, it stretches about 30, so you know, about 60 inches around. My husband's not that big. And then you also look at, even if it was like that, it's going to stretch even more, right? It's going to give a little bit more. So, you know, this could fit somebody like 65 inches around or something along that line. Or if you wanted to have some drape and some ease, you know, that 55, 60, which my husband's not. Another full ball of knitting. Just... And I think the other thing too that I realized is after going through this, that I bought enough yarn to make a vest for a large man. And I even bought extra. I bought 7 balls for a large man for a vest. Plenty. 7 is not plenty for a large man with sleeves. So I had to buy more yarn. I did keep with the green, and I did order some more, and I got this off of Webs. It's the same yarn, but of course, when I got it, you know, a year plus later, I'm going to get a different dye lot. So I bought a full quantity of this, right? So I do have it started. I'm very proud. The pink threads in there, that's just lifelines, you know, so he could try it on at different points. So this fits him. That's nice. All I have to do are sleeves and the neckline. It's been sitting for months now. Less than a year. It is less than a year because I started it in this house. Yep. It is less than a year. Hey, there's a receipt in this thing. The receipt might tell me the day I bought the book. Nope, that's a different receipt. That's not this one. It's Tuesday morning. Tuesday mornings is closed now. So sad. I mean, really sad. So I am right there. I have to do sleeves and I have to do a neckline. And he's been bullying me. You should put in the comments that he should not bully me or take his side. I'm not really sure. But he has been. Can I tell you a secret? I picked up the sleeves because I think I might have the cuff done. It's over there in the window. The cuff done. I didn't write notes. What was the needle size I was using? Do you know? I don't know. That could be a problem. Yeah. So I have sleeves and I have that neck collar, and then it's done. It would be nice if I could get it done for him December. His birthday's in December. Christmas is also in December. You know, there you go. It would be nice if I could, because he's really kind of pushing me on that. I get it. It's my own fault. I did promise it to him, and I have not been as forthcoming with my promise. That's a good way. I haven't broken it. I just stretched it a lot. There is that. So what he did is, we were at a yarn store, because he's the biggest enabler. Oh my gosh. The absolute biggest enabler. I might go in and just want to look around and browse and maybe get a skein or two. Oh, no, no, no. He's like, we're going to get some yarn. Okay. So we did go to a yarn store. We went to a yarn store in the Colorado Springs area in Colorado called You and Me. And it was joyful. It was a lot of fun. I picked up some more double-pointed needles for socks, and then I promptly left my knitting bag somewhere. Yeah, I won't get that for another day or two. But yeah, so I got some more double-pointed needles, and then I got 3 skeins of yarn. Yes. So he picked out this. All right, and you're like, it's just plain brown. Oh, no, no, no. It is brown, yes. This is 100% alpaca, and it is farm raised here in Colorado, hand spun and everything else in Colorado from a local dyer to the store. So very nice, very gorgeous yarn. This is fine wool and alpaca products, family farm raised in Colorado, naturally produced, naturally colored. That's the color of the animal. 100% alpaca yarn. Our satin elegance yarn. It's a 3-ply worsted, approximately 200 yards. Call it a sport weight. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? So I told him, because he said, oh no, I'm not going to pick out any yarn. Why? You still owe me a sweater. He is calling me out in public. He called me out in the yarn store in public. And he's like, oh sure, if we get yarn for you, you'll make your sweater. You'll make something else. But I still don't have my sweater. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. So here's the thing. I said, okay, if we get this, I will go home and I will immediately wind up your yarn and cast on a pair of fingerless gloves. Because he's like, well, what would you make? Because I'm not going to get a sweater for it. And hats, he's got a lot of hats. I've made him a lot of hats. And so he decided fingerless mitts, right? And I do have, where did my book go? I do have in this book, which was the original one that I've got for him for that vest that is a train wreck, there are some fingerless mitts in here. Let me find the big picture so I can show you that, because it's really nice. Where is it? Okay, there we go. See? Aren't those nice? So they've got the individual fingers and nice cable down the front. I think that would be gorgeous. What I will do is, when I wind up the yarn that I just set down, there we go. When I wind up the yarn, I'll weigh it and I'll split it in half and everything, and work on that to make sure that I don't run over. Since this is more like a sport weight, that says DK. But I did make that pattern previously, and it ran bigger, and they were too big for my husband, and they ended up going to my son. He's got bigger hands. And I think that using the appropriate needle size on this will work perfectly for my husband. So I do have to wind this. And then he also got me, because he spoils me, this. Isn't this gorgeous? I mean, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that is just beautiful. So this is a DK weight. This is Symphony Viva 100% wool superwash merino, 220 meters, 240 yards, DK weight. And it is a hand-dyed yarn, and that is just the variations. Oh my gosh, that's just gorgeous. The variations in that green, and to me, it's like a watermelon color. And he's like, well, what would you make out of this? Lots of things, of course. I just got the one because I'm not positive yet. And I definitely, after he called me out, there's no way I could get a sweater quantity. He would have done it. He would have, but he's already bullying me. He is. He's just bullying me. But But yeah, he would have definitely given me a sweater quantity of it. But I got the one. This is the one that he really wanted me to work with. And I think it'll be a gorgeous hat. Or if I wanted to do mitts, I personally don't wear the mitts necessarily. I'll wear mittens, I'll wear gloves, but not necessarily the fingerless mitts. That's just my preference. But something along that line would be stunning. I'm really looking forward to winding that and seeing, look at that, and seeing how that plays out and how that works up. And then the third skein that he got was this. That is my colors all day long. This is gorgeous. This is a Malabrigo sock yarn. It is fingering weight, 440 yards, 100 grams, and it is a 100% superwash merino wool. And he was saying the same thing on this. It's like, what would you do with this? Well, this has a lot of gorgeous colorways with it. Can I reach my fingering weight? Yeah, here's one. So this is a fingering weight, because I just dropped things. I don't care. It's my room. It's my room. I'll clean it. Maybe. No, I won't. It'll happen. So look at that. See that sparkle? And then with this and how stunning that is. So if I wanted to do something along that line and make a hat, use the brim with that gorgeous sparkle, and then using this right here and incorporating that color. See, I thought that would be really pretty. That is stunning. And that would be something similar to where I'm making the bumblebee hat, where it has the brim of the dark gray and then the highly variegated and the quick color changes and everything for the patterning for this. That would be gorgeous. So that's what I was thinking at with here. But I have to wind some yarn. I have to wind the yarn and cast on the project, because he's wonderful and he deserves nice things too. And he sees that I'm making all sorts of things and he's like, where's mine? Where's my turn? So yeah, it's time to make something for my husband. It is. All right, everybody. It really is. Hey guys, it's future me. I know. Guess what? I wound it. Woo! I wound it. And then what else? That's right. I started the mitts. That is that gorgeous 100% Colorado grown and raised alpaca yarn spun, already started into the mitts. And the pattern says, I'm using size 3s and 4s. The pattern uses a DK weight and uses 4s and 5s. I've made it before using the yarn it called for, and they were very large. So I'm confident that these will work. Yeah, size 3s and 4s. You can see that's going to fit nicely. That'll be fine. That will be absolutely fine. It says cast on 54 to knit purl, knit 2, purl 2, rib for 3 inches. And then it goes on to different things. And let's see, I am 1.5 inches. So I am halfway to starting to do different things on the first cuff. That's exciting. I'm gonna have to let everyone go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. Bye-bye.